Well, hello and welcome to coverage of our second EFRA event for 2012. Technically it is still spring, but it's red hot here in France. We're in Thionville for the 1/8 track B Euros. Well, the Thionville track behind me is an immense, twisting, turning, multi-layered labyrinth of lather-hot, smooth tarmac. It's fantastic and thrilling to watch, but there's no denying for the drivers, it's tough. Qualifying took place today with 8 groups racing the clock over 5 rounds. Early to stamp her mark on the event was 2010 finalist Sabrina Lechner. With 27 laps in 7 minutes and 1 second, Sabrina was one of a handful of Euro B repeaters. The more experienced drivers come to this track's debut Euro B event to take on the strong local force of mainly younger drivers. Under EFRA rules, drivers who make the final cannot return to a B event the following year, so must either apply for an A licence or take a year out. Anyway, meanwhile on track, after 2 rounds of qualifying, Frenchman Jerome Papaconstanunos breaks the 28-lap barrier. By no means an easy feat, he's one of only 3 drivers to achieve this today. As qualifying rounds 3 and 4 unfold, the track continues to heat up and grip becomes an issue, with plenty of haphazard opening laps for many drivers, though Parisian driver Romain Picard also manages to clock 28 laps in round 3, while Sabrina's early campaign looks to be on the back foot. While most drivers are looking to the final round to cool things down and speed things up a bit on track. Well, for one man at least, this does come to pass. Local driver Arnaud Mathieu lays down 28 laps, almost half a second faster than Jerome Papaconstanunos, and takes himself from 16th qualifier to top qualifier in just over 7 minutes.
The last one was really good, the engine was nice, same for the car, and yeah, I'm really happy, and that's why I drive to be on top qualifier, and that's why it's really a nice feeling, actually. Tires are really good, and with the additive on the track, is the more you drive, the more grip you have, and in the end it's maybe more difficult than in the beginning, but I guess the tire is good and the track is good, all was perfect. And
is it a hard track to drive?
It's really hard to be regular, and go fast on one lap is not easy, but you can do it. But on every lap is really, really, really hard.
So Mathieu will be on pole in the Semi A, while Jerome Papaconstanunos will head up the Semi B.
Assez bien, des températures. The car was okay, condition very warm. The track was good, and he made one mistake in his best qualification, which made him only the second time in qualification.
Did you have some technical problems in the last round, or was that a mistake?
Some problem with the tires. They get some warm with the heat, and then the car was sleepy. So the track is very good. It's quite difficult, and you have to push to get some rhythm just to get fast on this track.
And third place qualifier is Romain Picard.
Bien.
He said the car was okay. 5 qualification is quite long, but at the end he's happy. He made some mistakes in the first heat, but last heat was okay, so he made a good time.
Do you like the track? Is it very hard to drive on? Do you enjoy it?
Yes, it's very hard for during 1-1. It's very hard, but during 3 or 4 laps, it's easy.
What's the strategy going into the semi?
Just drive and finish on the first, and go in main final and see what I can do on final.
Well, there's just enough time to continue my mini-series of bumping into RC legends at B Euro events. And this time we meet a multiple European champion, a world champion. He's a designer and the head of a race brand. Yes, we ask SERPENT's Michael Salven, what brings you to the B Euros?
Well, actually, I'm trying to support the people. The B Euros used to be the race where you meet more customers than at the A Euros, where you have more sponsor drivers. So I think it's actually maybe even more important to go here than for the Euros, where I drive myself and I have no time, always rushing and stuff. So I think it's important.
What do you think to this track to watch? It looks quite technical.
I think it's really difficult. I mean, I've never seen even good drivers making so many mistakes. But I've seen it, and I was like, I want to drive it. You know, I really like it. It's uphill, downhill, camera, off camera. It's like a roller coaster, and yeah, I like it a lot.
What, you've been watching the drivers. Have you been giving them any tips, as well as working on their cars and helping them with technical problems? Do you give them any advice on the track?
Well, it depends on the driver and the car and so on. I try to give advice where I can, and sometimes I can't because I haven't driven the track. But sometimes I see things when they drive, or I see things on the car they can improve.
How do you combine supporting the whole team with your own racing career?
On big races like the Euros, it's really difficult. I was actually thinking myself if it makes sense that I continue driving, because the support I can give when I drive myself obviously is not as good as it is here. But on the other hand, I am just enjoying it too much, so I just don't want to.
Well, after all, you're a great advert for the product, aren't you? When you succeed, SERPENT succeeds, surely. And let's talk about Thailand as well. We've got the 10th Worlds coming up. What are your thoughts going into that? You've got a new car?
Yeah, we have a new car. It seems to go really well. I mean, we tested it really good, and we changed a few things. And now people start racing it. I have a lot of positive feedback, which is always nice as a designer.
Just finally, who do you think's looking to challenge the win?
Well, we have some drivers that are doing B Euros. I don't know how they do it, but they do it for quite some years now, like John Ehrman and so on. And they are obviously the guys that are favored, but there are some locals also, which are really fast. But I'm not sure if they have the consistency later in the finals.
So consistency, a bit of luck, and 28 laps is what you needed to get you into the top three, and a couple of young guns well placed there for the semis tomorrow. But as Michael says, will they have the experience required to carry them through to the podium? Tune in to EFRA.ws tomorrow to find out.